Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Dan the Man coming at you from the 60 Drool channel. And yeah, we got a final over here on the Monogram Green Hornet Glue Bomb Rebuilder. Glue Bomb to glory, guys. Yeah, we finally got her done. And I want to give special thanks over here to Paul from Les Coast Model Car Builds because he was actually the inspiration for doing this build. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was posting one of his father's builds, and it was happened to be the Monogram Green Hornet. And I said, you know what? I think I might have that, somewhere in my stash or my parts box anyway. And yeah, I found a bag of parts and I got it out, and then I started working on it, and hey guys, inspiration come from anywhere, you might see someone's video out there, a fellow YouTuber, and you might really get inspired by what they built, and you might say to yourself, hey, I got that kit in my stash, or maybe I'll go out and get that kit and see what I can do with it. But Paul, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it, man. So thanks for posting it. All right, guys, what did we start with? Remember this? A $5 bag of parts right over here. This, most of this stuff is actually left over. And good thing it came with extra fenders. We had about 4 extra fenders. We had a couple extra tires. We had about 3 differentials that were all broken. We managed to make one solid piece out of that. And we had a couple extra seats. And this is the other block. Look at this. Someone got happy there with the tester's glue, man. Yeah. But yeah, an extra frame. There was an extra frame in here, But with all that, we finally we pieced it together, and a lot of pieces were scratch built and from the parts box. So let me shut my trap and let's slide this thing over. Let's see. It's it's kind of fragile, man, because the frame is actually warped on this thing, but we worked around it, So wait, let me lower this camera a little bit. How's that, guys? Is that in frame? There we go. We'll get a little spin around over there. And yeah, we had a lot of fun doing this, man. I love my rebuilders, restoration. It's a lot of fun, man. I know some guys, they'll buy a kit, they'll build it up, detail it. But, I love restoring kits, man. It's a lot of fun, man. You make it your own, So this is my take over here on the Monogram Green Hornet. And let's see. Let's start with what was missing. Okay, there was no steering linkage. That was missing. There was no steering wheel. There was no steering column. What else was missing? There was a bunch of stuff missing, man. So just for starters, Oh, that top air cleaner over there was missing as well. It was missing taillights. But we managed to scratch build some items, and it was missing, well, it had the headlights, but I modified that. I'll show you in a minute. But overall, I'm happy with it. I think it came out really cool, man. I'm just really digging this thing. I haven't built a hot rod in a while anyway, so. So, yeah. And let's start out with the paint. I was going to go with the sheen over here, the green sheen, but, well, I don't know what the hell's going on with me lately. I had to strip it down because when I was wet sanding it, I had some kind of bad reaction, but it's a whole nother ball game. But anyway, this was the second color. This color over here, this is the Peridot over here. So we hit the fenders with that color, the block, and the air cleaner on top there. That's actually a 3D printed air cleaner. And, let me stop this when it comes around here, guys. Hold on. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Is it going to stop? There we go. Yeah, so I take this off the stand here. We get a better look at it. Yeah, so we, like I said, we hit the fenders with that lighter color, okay? And then we hit the block, and then this, like I said, I found this in the parts box. I thought it fit on there pretty well, It looks good sitting up there, instead of that flat piece they give you with the kit. So we added that. We added spark plug wires, courtesy Morgan Automotive Detail. And There's also boots in there as well. And all the chrome that you see on there, guy, everything was stripped. Every piece of chrome was stripped and re-chromed with the Fusion Firm. Now, speaking of Fusion Firm, the moon discs over here, this stuff here really doesn't dry, quickly. They say you're supposed to let it sit for 72 hours before you put that lacquer on it. But I was watching Mike from the Intake. You guys know Mike. He's working on a Vega Funny car, and he used a Fusion Firm on a few parts. He said he had a dehydrator and put it in the dehydrator for about an hour at 100 degrees, and it completely dried. So I think I'm going to pick up one in the near future, man, because I see a lot of guys using it. It's a very useful tool, man. Because otherwise, you have to wait 72 hours. But anyway, it looks pretty good. It looks like actually polished aluminum or like polished stainless steel. So that's a nice look, But everything else is just, chrome. All these other pieces here, headers, valve covers, that's all Fusion Firm with no clear lacquer on it. And then I went to my parts box and said, hey, we need flames, right? And I found these flames, and they just worked perfectly. They fit right on there, so I got lucky with that. And what else did we do? Oh, someone asked me in the comment section of my last update, I got this light frame over here. I think it came off a 32. It says V8 on it. Probably, well, it could be a 29 or a 32. I don't know. One of those years. Anyway, I was going to mount it high, or I didn't know whether to mount it high or low, and they said mount it low, and that was a great suggestion because it looks really cool. And what I did for the lens, actually there's no lenses in there, guys. All I did was get a green Sharpie right over the chrome. So I figured it's a green Hornet, right? Why not green tint the headlights? So yeah, we did that. And what else do we, oh, that rag top, I think I'm going to redo it because it doesn't really fit correctly. And let me show you on this. Let me spin it around this way for you. And you can see over here, it really doesn't fit right. And like I said, the frame is a little warped. It's, and then that big hole that was on the top, that gouge you see over there, I got to redo that. And you can see it really doesn't fit correctly. I don't know if that's going to focus or not, but yeah, you can see that void over there. I got to resand that and repaint. That's no big deal. This I hit with, I think it was a Rust-Oleum color. It's like an antique white. So that's no big deal. And here's the interior. Let me show you the interior. I put some felt on there. I got that felt. I put it on the seat too. We got some felt on the seat. And we found the steering wheel and the shifter out of the parts box. And the dash, we just, we just hit it with just a Sharpie. They're so small. So, not a lot of detail, but it is what it is. And I don't know if I can flip. You know what? I didn't glue the body now. You know what? I could take this off for a second. Let me show you over here. I had a scratch-built radius rod, so let me see if I could tip this. Hopefully nothing. There we go. All those radius rods were scratch-built with 1/16 inch tubing, guys. Yep, all scratch-built there. So I kind of worked out good. I couldn't find. I had some linkages there, but nothing really worked. So I figured, you know what, it's a shelf model. We're not going to throw this in a show anyway. But and the differential too, I told you I had to piece that together from 3 different differentials just to make one. But yeah, it works. Okay, let's put this down here. We'll put this guy back over here. And there we go, guys. There's the Monogram Green Hornet, original issue, and we had a lot of fun with this, man. Had a lot of fun. So guys, let me put you back in the holder over here. Hold on. There we go. And guys, stick around to the end. I took some progress pics, and I also took some pictures outside. It finally stopped raining. It was raining like 4 days in a row. 78 outside, sunny. It's beautiful, man. Alright guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Guys, take care, be safe, and keep on building.